Did you know that 96% of pages get no search traffic from Google? Most people create content that never gets any traffic. But what if I told you there is a way to change that? How would you feel? Well, in today's video, I'll share with you 11 blogging mistakes most businesses make that prevent them from creating the right kind of content. Alright, the first blogging mistake is not choosing blog topics based on SEO research. One of the biggest mistakes people make is choosing blog topics based on what they think people want to read, instead of looking at what people are actually searching for. The fact is, it's very easy to assume that the topics you know about are things people care about, but that is not always the case. The solution is to thoroughly research topics to determine which ones you should prioritize first. Just because you find topics you want to write about doesn't mean you'll be able to compete in the search results. You have to consider facts like your competition's authority, whether you'll need links pointing to your page, the type of content you'll need to create, and the level of writing required to reach your target audience. You have to dig into the data to identify the best opportunities, not just write about what you're passionate about. And this is the key to creating content that actually drives traffic and leads. The second blogging mistake is not writing with SEO in mind. Failing to write with SEO in mind is a critical mistake that can severely limit the reach and the impact of your blog content. When you don't optimize for search engines, you're essentially shouting into the void. The simple fact is that most people turn to search engines like Google, Bing, and DuckDuckGo when they want to learn about a topic or find solutions to their problems. So if your content isn't optimized to show up in those search results, you're missing out on a vast pool of potential readers and customers. And the solution is to make SEO a core part of your content creation process. Leverage descriptive keywords in your blog post subheads, body text, and image alt text to optimize your content so search engine crawlers can find it and rank it more easily. Interlinking your content is also an important strategy from an SEO and content discoverability perspective. Think of it this way. Any link to your page is like a boat. The more boats you get, the higher your search rankings and authority will be. Linking to your own content can count also as a boat for yourself. And you can also earn links from external websites, which will help you move up in the search rankings because search engines want to show people the most credible content first. And lastly, optimize your alt text and images. Alt text helps crawlers understand what your image is about and what it shows. So you should optimize them. Optimized images are important because if your images are too big, they will create a poor user experience and people will bounce from your page. There are services like TinyPNG that do a fantastic job at compressing photos. Now, if you're not familiar with what bouncing is, it's basically when people search for something, open a web page, and then go back to the search results because they didn't find the right information on the page or because it took too long to load. Alright, before we continue, we need to thank our sponsor, The Marketing Project. The Marketing Project is a digital marketing agency that specializes in Q&A marketing. So if you're interested in blogging for a business, check us out. We offer services like keyword research, competitor analysis, and full content writing services. If you're interested, the link's in the description. Now, let's go back to the video. The next mistake is thinking of ideas that only interest you. When you start blogging, ideas will come to you at random times. For example, when you're in the shower, when you go on a run, or while you're on the phone. And while ideas may come to you at random moments, they should never be random. What I mean is, make it a point to position your content around what your audience wants to discover, not what you want to tell them. The reason you're blogging is to solve problems for your audience and ultimately to grow your business. So all your blog post ideas should help serve those growth goals. They should be tied to issues in your industry and address specific questions and concerns your prospects have. Look at what people are saying on forums and platforms like Quora and Reddit. It will make it easier to know what to blog about. Also, use tools like Answer the Public to get a better picture of the language your audience uses and the specific keywords they use to find the content they want. Another big mistake that is similar to the previous one is not engaging with readers. Pay attention to what your readers say in your comment section and on social media platforms. There is a wealth of information that you can take advantage of, so listen to what your audience is saying and then create a specific targeted content to solve their issues. Your readers will appreciate the personal touch, and you'll reap the rewards of a more loyal and engaged community. It's a win-win. The next mistake is not writing about specific problems your audience has. This is something that usually happens because there isn't as much search traffic, so those problems often get overlooked. But they can be a very good way to reach specific people that would benefit from the content you have to offer and the solutions that only you can provide. The next big mistake is only covering trending news. Chasing trending news can be a tempting trap for many bloggers, but it's a quick way to undermine the long-term success of your content strategy. The big problem with basing your blog solely on trending news is that it becomes outdated very quickly. Instead, focus on creating evergreen content with buzzy angles. Tackle general topics with a fresh buzzworthy angle, and establish your authority and provide lasting value to your readers. For example, let's say you're writing a guide about how to fix leaking pipes. That's an evergreen piece of content that won't be outdated easily. Then you can use trendy examples that show up on the news to make your point more impactful and provide real-life examples of what happens when things go wrong. The next big mistake is not using data to back up your claims. Data is essential to highlight the importance of what you're talking about. As marketers, we must rely on data to make our case and to drive action. Also, data is essential to highlight the importance of the issues we're addressing. Without concrete numbers and insights, your arguments can fall flat. So use recent data to prove your point and mix it with industry trends to make it more appealing. Another big mistake is not blogging consistently. You probably heard that the more often you blog, the more traffic you'll get to your website. But while volume is important at the beginning, it's not as important once your blog is established. You have to look at your blog's status and determine if it's a mature website that would benefit more from updating and maintaining existing content versus new blogs that require more content and that would benefit more from consistently publishing new posts. Inconsistent blogging can confuse and frustrate your audience, causing them to lose interest and engagement in your brand. So if your website is new, establish a regular posting schedule and stick to it to build trust and keep your readers coming back. And the next mistake is actually related to the previous point. A critical error that can severely limit the growth and impact of your blog is not being able to attract new subscribers. Blogging is not just about getting new readers in the moment. It's about building an audience of engaged readers who will continue to support your content over time. One of the key benefits of blogging is its ability to steadily grow an email list. Each time you publish a new blog post, your subscribers provide an initial boost of traffic, which then helps propel the content's long-term success and discoverability. Successful bloggers understand that building an email list is crucial for converting casual readers into loyal fans and potential customers. So make building an email list a core part of your blogging strategy to continuously grow your audience and keep them engaged with your latest content. Another massive mistake businesses make is neglecting to promote blog posts. Writing your content is half the battle. The other half is promoting and distributing your content. Ideally, every time you publish new content, you should already have a plan in place to promote it so relevant writers like journalists and other bloggers can take a look at your content and get a chance to cover or reference your work. And for distribution, that's where your email list comes in. Share it with your subscribers and on social media to get your new content in front of your existing audience. And the last mistake I want to share with you is only using one medium to share your content. This is something that's becoming more and more important because search engines are continuously changing and evolving, especially now that they have to compete with AI, and a lot of people are choosing to search for content on social media platforms over traditional search engines. So it's crucial to share your content everywhere you can. The clear way moving forward is to go where your audience is being influenced. Sometimes that will be a blog post, sometimes that will be videos on YouTube, other times it will be social media posts. You have to start thinking about how you will distribute your content in a way that's feasible for your business and that allows you to meet your business goals. Just have in mind that most platforms have an algorithmic bias to reduce outbound traffic, making it harder to prove acquisition. But it's clear we are starting to go back to how marketing used to be 50 years ago, where you needed to show up in as many places as possible to have a better chance of attracting prospects and customers. Nowadays, most people spend most of their time on social media, reading the news, in productivity tools and platforms like email, in video and audio sites like YouTube and podcasts, and in specific sectors like financial sites, travel sites, health sites, etc. And then when they want to learn more about your business, they search on Google, Bing, or DuckDuckGo to learn more about what you have to offer. So repurpose and share your content in as many places as possible. Look, digital marketing is constantly changing, and as such, blogging is changing too. So take the time to create and develop your blogging and content repurposing strategy to reach as many people as possible. You don't have to spend hours creating different types of content, especially when you already did all the research and you know your audience is interested in learning more about the content you already created. So go ahead and watch this video right here. It will teach you exactly how to repurpose your existing content into stunning posts for social media.